Video number 153. I feel very remiss in bringing this to your attention so late. Forgive me, I got a lemon drop in my mouth, and I'm going to enjoy it. This is from the privacy of my bedroom. It's nice and it's cozy. Took me years to get this thing set up to this point, and here I am going to get into another rig that has a better bed. It's going to be cozier. Yahweh bless you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dr. John Taylor Kent. I'm running to become your benevolent dictator. You call them presidents. I want to be a benevolent dictator, and I want a real short term. I only want 2 years. I can't handle more than that. I think I can do anything for a couple of years. Talk about a delayed sense of gratification. But I would get a lot of gratification in knocking this government down in size. Now, people are just starting to realize the benefits of having a well-organized militia. Just waking up to it. I want you to know something. When we go back to self-rule, the militia is the most important part of our government. That's right. You've been deprived of your militia since the Dick Act of 1902, otherwise known as the Militia Efficiency Act. They suckered us into swallowing that pig, claiming that they would forever preserve our gun rights. We didn't need it. The Constitution already did that. But they took our militias away. I say we go back to getting our militias. The militia was the most powerful part of our government. It was such a part of our way of life that we didn't mention it very much in the Constitution. We never thought we'd be without a militia, without being members of the militia. But we're going to do it back. There are 2 or 3 delineated specific tasks for the militia according to the Constitution. And the first is to quell insurrections, riots. We need that. We definitely need that. And the locals need to do it. We don't need professional police forces that can be controlled from afar by the purse string people in Washington, D.C. No, we're not going to allow that government to reach out with money in that way ever again. Buying influence, undue influence. The militias were so great that we did pretty much take legislators into custody. Matter of fact, one time we took the whole state legislation into custody in the state of New Hampshire. It's called the Incident of Exeter. I happen to know that place intimately. Now, we surrounded the legislators and told them they weren't coming out. Nobody's going to go in. No food or drink gets delivered. And forget about bathroom breaks. They didn't have indoor plumbing then, remember? You're stuck in here till you get the job done. You've neglected your duties long enough. We didn't care how it turned out. We just wanted the matter resolved because it was so destructive not to have it resolved. I don't even remember what it was over. Of course, I wasn't even conceived of when this happened. They moved the state capital to Exeter, New Hampshire, temporarily because they thought Portsmouth was too vulnerable, and it was. It was too vulnerable to the British Navy, the British fleet. So, if there's a problem, you get the militia together. You don't have to worry about sheriff's posses. It's always the militia. You don't have to worry about, do we have enough manpower? The militia's available. They'll chip in. You won't have to do much more when you have that militia available. We can still have a border patrol. As a matter of fact, I think we not only keep the current border patrol and possibly expand it, but let's give them the protections each one of those gentlemen need, and the women. Let's assign about 50 to 100 militia members to each one of them. And then, when there's only one Border Patrol agent to cover a section of the border, they can do it, and they got their back covered, so they don't have to worry about some yahoo hurting them, be it rocks or gunfire. The militia was a voluntary position. However, it was required by local law. If you're over the age of 20, which was biblical, by the way, then most of you were required to be a member of your militia. To be a member of the militia meant you had to be a member in good standing. So you would mind your P's and Q's, and you would behave well enough so that you got to hang out with your brothers. Some of these militias were nothing more than drinking buddies, quite frankly, that challenged each other, and before they knew it, they were in Fort Ticonderoga. Just imagine how many beers it took and what they woke up to in the morning when they realized they had taken the damn fort. In their sleep, basically, in a drunken stupor. Ethan Allen and his Green Mountain Men. Some militias were the state militias. All the states had militias. And the nice thing about it was that you had to be a citizen in good standing to be a member of the militia. And you wanted that. You wanted that peer review, that peer acceptance. You wanted to be esteemed. You didn't want to be excluded from that. You wanted your family to be protected. And it was protected because everybody else would show up if you needed them. Yep. And you will need them. The other task that was delineated specifically in the Constitution was to defend our borders. Now, a lot of states never have had a militia. Arizona's never had a militia. I don't think Texas ever had a militia. Not sure. They claim they got everything there. Yeah, a big, big state with big state government, pretending that they're freer and better than anybody else. I want you to vote for me. I want you to like my videos. I want you to subscribe. And above all, buy one of my Bibles, and I want you to read it. We're going to be getting into more biblical stuff here in short order. I know I keep talking politics. That's because certain sacrifices have to be made to pull this country back on track, to get this ship uprighted. So if you really want your republic back, you need a benevolent dictator. I say give me 2 years, because I work fast. And I think I can get you a good start. I really do. It's not that hard. You see, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to come up with a government from scratch. Of course, some of you are going to have to reinvent your state governments and your county governments and get rid of these corporations that pretend to be your governments right now. Just like getting rid of these courts that are corporations that pretend to be courts, and they're not. They're nothing more than banks. They're nothing more than banksters, robbing, raping, and pillaging. Along with the officers of the court, they are bar association foreign agents. I know I said a mouthful. It all has meaning. You need to stop worrying about money, folks. They stole it all of it. There is no money left anymore. Read the Constitution. It tells you what money is. Read the Bible. It tells you what money is. America was destroyed a long time ago. I think Abraham Lincoln destroyed America. Yeah. I don't think you're going to understand me very well. That's okay for a little while, but you need to really understand everything I'm saying. You need to give it weight. I'm not saying that you give my opinion and hold it equal to your own opinion. You definitely can have your own opinion, and you can value your own opinion more. We're not going to practice political correctness. But be prepared to be offended. We need to be able to offend each other. Part of it is a sense of humor. Part of it is so that we can get some flexibility and come up with better ideas and handle things better. Need to listen to my other videos that are already on file while they're available to you, because YouTube has a habit of quashing the whole channel on me. They've only done it to me twice so far. Each time they become less tolerant. Oh, and I'm down in subscribers. I lost one. Down from 62 down to 61. That's okay. Those of you who have been with me for a while, I appreciate it. I hope you're getting something out of it. I hope you're not just merely entertained. I hope you're getting educated. We're dealing with a very wily enemy. Their whole purpose is to take America down first. That's what is meant by America first. Then we take the rest of the world. But they always say, make America great again. You cannot make America great. You can participate in your little corner, your little neck of the woods, in making America good again. With the help of Yahweh, Creator, Father, God of the universe, you can help make her good again. And that's the only way we're going to become great again. Until we humble ourselves and realize and we finally identify ourselves as Israel, as ruling with God, as serving Yahweh, serving the earth, serving fellow men. Until we humble ourselves and take our rightful place in servitude, not in slavery, but in service to His Majesty, not the King of England, and not your benevolent dictator, but Yahweh and Yeshua. Yeah. I need you to share the videos. I need you to talk to people. I need you to write me in on the next ballot. There's no throwing away your vote. They'll recognize that the ideas are worth something. And steal my ideas, especially the one of restoring the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment is the law of the land. It does away with everything else. And it restores the nation the closest it's going to ever get to a full reset, to a revolution. The second revolution. Hopefully without a war. But we're occupied illegally by a foreign entity, and we've been deported in place. So we've been made members of a foreign jurisdiction. We're all slaves today. Nobody got freed during the Civil War. We were all enslaved as a result of that war. They pulled some fast ones on us. So, what can you do? Well, you could pray for me. You could vote for me. You could buy one of my coming t-shirts. I suggested to a young lady that she get involved in the business. Got some great ideas for some great t-shirts. I like this brand. It feels pretty good. It's got a reinforced collar, but I don't know how well made they are. You can see that right there. I'm just going to take a guess that the dog somehow got a hold of that. I'm going to blame it on the dog. I don't think I bit my own collar anyway. But I don't know if that's a tooth mark or what the hell that is. But these are nice and soft t-shirts, and they got that reinforced collar on the back. I don't know how durable they are, but they are comfortable. I bet they're not made in this country. We gave up the looms, the weavers, and all of that stuff a long time ago. We took those machines apart and we gave them to the Chinese. How foolish were our leaders. Extremely foolish. They sold us out, and we let them do it. They sell us out every day, and we let them do it. I think some of these leaders we have need to be deported. I think some of the people in India would like to have justice with one gentleman who harmed their daughters in particular. They say we ship him over there and let the Indians have their justice. And then when they're done with them, we want them back. We've got other people that have committed crimes against humanity other places. We should ship them over there, deliver them to those people, and say, here, you may have them to do as you wish under your laws with proper due process. And if there's anything left, we want him returned. I have so much hate and anger wrapped up inside of me. I guess I want to say I'm an equal opportunity hater because I hate both wings of this dirty bird that's taken over America, that's destroyed America, and gave us 4 different corporations known as the United States in a giant shell game, series of frauds. And they turned us all into liars, thieves, and murderers. So come out from her. Establish your state citizenship, your citizenship as an American. Forget about the corporate citizenship. You don't want it. I don't either. But we have to stop playing their game. We have to ignore them. We can't let them rule over us anymore. And certainly, we need to get tired of the fear that they put into us. Because by putting in even just a little bit of fear, they're screwing our lives up. They seem to be geniuses when it comes to that. This is number 153. The basic message is this. There were no federal firearms licensees at the time of the adoption in 1791 of the Second Amendment or any of the Bill of Rights. There weren't any FFLs for a century or so after that. There should be no FFLs at all. We should be able to make our own guns like we used to, the way we wanted to. There should be no government interference, no government oversight, nothing like that. Maybe some professional associations setting some standards, okay. But certainly no central, federal, communist bullshit. My name is Dr. John Taylor Kent. I'm the father of positive projective psychology, and I am running to be president as the only member, the only man good enough to be a member of the party of the benevolent dictator. I think I'm good enough for that. I can be short-sighted, bad-tempered, jar-headed, stubborn. Then again, I just might have the keys, and I might be wise enough to delegate the authority properly and get people who are more talented than me to do a better job for you. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just need to restore the original constitutional government with the first 13 amendments. That's all we need. That's all we need. And we can get back to power, back to economic order in no time at all. And maybe this time we'll do it in a way that it won't be taken away from us over a few families, over a few generations. May Yahweh bless This is number 153. Restoring our militias as required by our way of life, required by our Constitution. Yes, until you have your militias, you don't have your Second Amendment. Yahweh bless.